Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is starting to go up. Yeah, as I said to you in the last video, there is a chance that this correction could be over. Now, currently there's no evidence for that, but we're going to zoom in a minute. Yes, prices are going up, but is it already the completion of the correction? That is what currently is still unknown. We can take a look at the chances in a minute. First of all, we start here at the higher level time frame. We zoom out here and we can see that it continues to be the case that we had a wave 1 here, a wave 2 here, a wave 1 here, a wave 2 here, and another one here, and the wave 2 here. It's actually different here. The last one was actually here, wave 1 here, and the 2 there. So this is sort of the, just basically in summary, we've got 3 1 2 setups. Everybody who's been following this channel knows basically what this means. For everybody who's new, it means that those waves 1, they are part of impulsive wave structures. Yeah, there are clear rules, clearly defined rules, what an impulsive wave is, what it is characterized by. And there are certainly 3 waves 1 that can be counted here and which indicate that the trend may have shifted to the upside from a long, over a year-long downtrend, which started basically in April, I believe it was, in April when the correction started early last year, to, yeah, maybe here that swing low at $17,600. Yeah. So basically, since then, we can count these impulsive waves, which on a lower time frame produce 5 subwaves, which indicates, yeah, the trend could have shifted. And then on the way down, we can see these 3-wave corrective wave structures, which are indicating that the corrections go down. So if you look at a trend always consists of 5 waves to the upside, 3 waves to the downside. There are clear rules in the Elliott Wave method around this, and the waves that are going down, they look and can be counted corrective. However, it's always a matter of interpretation as well. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that, absolutely. But yeah, these are absolutely valid counts. Is it possible to count this bearish as well? Yes, it's possible. It is, and I'm telling you that it is extremely difficult to make a bearish count work here. That is why the bullish count and the bullish probabilities are around 60%, which means with a 60% probability, and I've been telling you that for weeks, we can be carefully confident that the low is already in. But best at the moment to allow for both options, because we are in a potentially in a very early stage of a potential new uptrend. Yeah, it's in no way confirmed yet. It's looking much better on the Ethereum chart, on the Matic chart. The Bitcoin chart is still a little bit, it's got a bit of a bearish overhang, okay? But overall, the bullish scenarios work. You can make them work. You can make them fairly easily work. But of course, I would also like to see clear impulsive waves to the upside here in a 1 2 3 4 5 pattern. We don't see that yet. We only have the wave 1 2 1 2 1 2, which means we might be in the first, basically in the wave 3 here. Yeah, because when you have your first wave up, let's say you have your wave 1 up, your 2 down, you're in the wave 3. But because the wave 3 has subwaves as well, there you get these 1 2 setups. Okay, I explained that all in detail in previous videos. It just means that we are potentially in the beginning of a new uptrend, but it is still a little bit characterized by a bearish overhang. There's another wave pattern which works as well, which is the so-called leading diagonal, which is possible as well. So if I just open that chart here as well, it's Bitcoin leading expanding diagonal. You can make that work as well. In this scenario, it's not a, you wouldn't call this an impulsive wave structure, but it's a motive wave. It also indicates that the trend has shifted to the upside. Absolutely possible to count it like that in a 1 2 3 4 5 pattern. Actually not, it's fairly unlikely that Bitcoin produces that after a very, very long downtrend, but it's possible. Yeah, maybe because of the focus being on ETH. Yeah, Bitcoin wasn't that much in the focus. Maybe therefore we create only here this this sort of expanded leading or expanding leading diagonal. And in this wave, we would also expect another move here to the upside to at least $26,050. dollars if it's supposed to work out. But before that happens, we might very well also come down a little bit more here in a wave B. This is what is currently unknown, and therefore it is absolutely important at the moment to be a bit flexible, you know, especially with Bitcoin. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is sort of leading the market oftentimes, not always. You know, there are enough examples where coins are not following Bitcoin. But yeah, it's sort of a bit of a bearish overhang, which might hold the crypto market down a little bit. But carefully bullish here also, because here we are moving higher as per this wave count. And I said on the weekend I will try to show you and explain to you, when I have a bit more time, why the bearish wave counts don't really work very well. Let's go back to the main Bitcoin chart and let's take a look at what Bitcoin is doing here on the lower time frame. Most imminently, previous video we talked about, that was earlier today, I said the low could now be in of this wave 2 correction. We've basically hit all the price targets. Yeah, you know, yesterday it came down. I talked about it probably will reach this wave B. It reached the wave B high. We then came down in this target area, and I told you earlier today that the 5 waves can be counted as complete, and therefore the price has a chance now to move up. And possibly the low is in here for the wave 2, which means we would move up in a wave 3, which would then take us to around, well, definitely above 26k, okay? The wave 3, if it is a wave 3. But there is currently no evidence that the low was in. Yes, we have reversed so far in the reversal area. We have reversed out of the reversal area here in green. But we are currently stuck still below the wave 4 high. That is sort of the first indication that we need that we indeed are moving higher. And that level is at 23,640. When we move higher, next best indication, and that is a much better quality indication that the low is in, would be a move above the wave B high. That is at 24,450. And the confirmation will really only be obtained as soon as we move above the wave 5 high at 25,220. So at the moment we can be carefully confident, but it's way too early to really confirm that. You had a very small inverse head and shoulders here, out of which we broke out. We even retested it from above. That's all looking good at the moment, but really to get proper indication and confirmation that the low was in here in a wave 2, we want to move higher in steps and break above these levels. Should we break below that low of the wave 5, which was here at 23,170, then we are going to continue the move down. What now needs to happen is an impulsive wave structure to the upside, and while taking out these resistance levels. Now at the moment we could possibly count here a wave 1, here a wave 2, and we might now be in a wave 3. But again, it's too early to confirm that, and this is really wave and micro counting. If we look at that, it could be, and I'm just telling you what it could be here, this unfolding. But then again, we need to break above the wave 4 high, we need to break above the wave B high. But if you see on the lower time frame a 5-wave structure, then this is a really good indication that we have reversed and are moving higher. At the moment though, the volume is quite low still, and we would need to reach at least the 23,900 level in the next wave up here in a wave 3. Okay, and then a few people have asked me about the bearish divergence on the daily. Why I'm not mentioning that? Well, let's take a look at this bearish divergence on the daily. Well, we can see on the daily the MACD is pushing down. That's certainly not a great sign. On the daily, not. Bearish divergence on the daily. On the RSI, I mean, to be fair, it's a very weak bearish divergence, because you make basically 3 times, it's basically a triple top on the RSI, while making slightly higher highs on the price. It's a very, very weak bearish divergence. But yeah, overall, that, I mean, first of all, it's never a guarantee that it needs to play out. There's also not a guarantee that it wouldn't push higher here, the RSI, if we reverse to the upside. It would of course also push the RSI back up. But yeah, very well. I mean, if you look at that wave pattern that I showed you, the leading expanding diagonal, that would at some point come down in a wave 2 correction. So then that would probably play out. So I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it. It's a very weak one. But yeah, of course, you know, we could drop further. Also in this scenario here, we could drop further. Because we've only really come into that green target range. So at the moment, as I said, as long as we don't have the evidence we are going up by breaking impulsively above these wave patterns, pressure may remain further to the downside. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. There are these phases where you sometimes just have to have a bit of patience to see what the market is doing, and if the market decides that the low is in, then we could really move into an explosive wave 3 here to the upside, maybe even on the weekend, who knows. We'll take a look at that, and I'll update you when we know more. So hopefully you liked the update about Bitcoin. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.